the Stoney Ridge Farm Channel. We're giving the chickens their freedom that they deserve to get out here and graze in the pasture. It's the first time these chickens have ever seen grass. It's gonna be awesome. Hope you guys enjoy. Come on, boy. Let's go. Stoney Ridge Farm, Stoney Ridge. On the road again. Stoney Ridge Farm. I can't wait to get on the road again. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another gorgeous day here on the Stoney Ridge Farm. We've got the mobile coop. We've got our American breast chickens from our awesome friends at the Recreational Homestead. I'll post a link to them down in the video description. You also get a coupon if you decide to get some of these American breast chickens. What we're going to be doing today is our first release. In other words, the first time we've ever let these chickens out of the brooder and into the yard. They're about 4.5 weeks old now. They're about that big, and it's time to let them out on pasture for the very first time. We're gonna do this right here in my yard for the first time, and then we're gonna be moving them in behind the cows after they graze so they can rake through that manure and get that good fly larva and stuff. So without further ado, we're gonna hop in, we're gonna grab our Premier fencing, we're gonna set it all up out here in the yard, and we're gonna see how the baby chicks react to brand new environments and grass. This is the way they're gonna live the rest of their lives. All right, pull the pin. Awesome. Guys, welcome back. If this is your first time to Stoney Ridge Farm Channel, welcome to the farm. This is a 150-acre first-generation farm project. We are with our pasture sanitation crew right here, and that's what's in this mobile coop. Got some pretty awesome stuff on this mobile coop. We'll walk around it and talk about what it is so that you guys understand, but it's basically an old hay wagon, and I built it out of rough sawn lumber that I milled right off the farm here, and we have some really cool nest boxes. They're called rollout nest boxes. Now these chickens aren't laying eggs, but you can see the rollout nest boxes, and the way they work is inside the chickens are able to access this, and then from the outside I can lift this lid and I can access my eggs, so I don't have to tromp through chicken manure or jump up in there and gather my eggs. These are American breast chickens. These chickens are a utility breed. In other words, a multi-purpose breed. They are meat birds and they're layers. They're an expensive chicken, and they are widely regarded as the most delicious chicken that you can buy. So they are like a restaurant-specific delicious chicken or farm-specific delicious chicken. Now, we'll be keeping most of the females or the hens for laying purposes, and we'll be processing most of the roosters for food purposes. And our goal is to be able to raise hatching eggs with these chickens and not have to go buy the Cornish cross chickens. In other words, not feed the hatchery, we're feeding the farm. We're saving money in the long run. These chicks are fairly expensive, but the Recreational Homestead guys, who is another YouTube channel, reached out to me and they gave us a coupon code for you guys. So I think it's 10% off down there, maybe even more. I'm not too sure. I'll post it right here. This ridiculous stuff is Premier One fencing. I love Premier One fencing poultry netting. This is a electrified poultry net, and we probably won't be electrifying it right out the gate here. We don't want our chickens to get shocked so much, but they do have to learn the perimeter fence. This will keep out all the foxes. They'll keep out any kind of predator other than predators from above. And I do have hawks out here, so we waited until these chicks got a little bit bigger before we decided to let them out. So I want the chickens as big as a hawk. That way the hawk is a lot more deterred from attacking the chickens. And the roosters will help with that once they get a little bit more mature. So we're gonna struggle bus a minute trying to get this Premier One fencing up. This stuff is great, but it is such a pain in the butt to set up, guys. It is so difficult as a one-person team to set this up without just struggling. So it's gonna take me probably 20 minutes to get this all set up right here. Every time we move the chicks, we're gonna have to move this fencing wire unless we move them into really, really tall grass or we find some other solution, which I don't know of any other solution. If you guys know, let me know. We've had foxes on the farm killing chickens, and they got nearly 100 chickens last year. So we've got to fight the foxes, and that's what this poultry netting is all about. Let's get busy. So before we set up our poultry netting, and we're gonna set it all the way around this, I believe it's a 150-foot net, we're gonna walk around the coop real quick and show you guys what it is. So this is approximately 8 feet by approximately 16 feet long. Again, I built this. I'll post a link at the end of this video to the build. This is an old hay wagon, and the way I designed it was, I've got this run chicken door right here, and this is an automatic chicken door. There we go. It's held in place right here so the chickens can't get out with that nail, but we'll take that nail out of place. It opens at 10 a.m. and then it closes just after dark. Up here's our handle. Open this up, and in here are the chickens. Now they look a little bit crowded. It's okay that they look a little crowded. We wanted them to get a little bit bigger, and those are the nest boxes. All this manure gets spread out on the pasture, and from now on the chickens will be out on pasture spreading that manure. We're testing this out in the yard first. I have around the outside edge of this coop solar lights, and this is important, guys. You need something to deter predators. So these solar lights at nighttime light up the coop. When a predator decides it's going to come and try to break in, we've got lights all the way around the outside edge. It's got a tin roof, relatively inexpensive for me to build. I think I paid about 500 bucks for the hay wagon, and I probably have about $500 in materials in this guy. Aside from our rollout nest boxes from Hen Gear. Let's raise this up. Now Hen Gear does have a specialized latch. I just put magnets on here just for me, but here we are. That's the rollout nest boxes. So once they start laying, they'll lay in there, and then the eggs will roll out and come right through here. Very, very cool. I'll post a link to this critter. You can build this in virtually any configuration that you'd like. Very, very cool. So that's the coop. That's what's going on. Now we're gonna surround it with fence, and I guess we're probably gonna go ahead and energize in case those foxes come out. There is a family of foxes that lives right over the hill right here, and they're always a problem. Birdie birds. All right, guys, so let's talk about this poultry netting, exactly how it does. Individual electrified fibers are in this wire. Basically, what we're gonna do is connect up with our solar fence charger from Premier One, and we are going to energize this fence. The gate point is right here. It needs to be nice and close. Take this and wrap it around and put some zip ties to zip tie the two posts together. That's what we'll do after the fact here, after we get done with the video. This is a spike. If you ever buy electrified poultry netting or sheep netting or goat netting or any kind of netting, get the 2-spike kind. Don't get the single spike kind, okay? The single spike kind just doesn't work worth a crap, I don't think, and it's very hard to get it in the ground without destroying it. You want it to be about 4.5 to 5 feet tall, okay? These chickens will need their wings clipped at some point. However, this is flimsy enough right now that they won't fly up here and try to light, and it will be electrified by our Premier One solar fence charger, and I'll show you that here in just a second. We'll close this all up after I get it all hooked up. So over here in the back of the side-by-side, I've got a few things that I need to put up. This is my chicken ramp, okay? These chickens don't need this ramp. After about the first couple weeks, they will not need a ramp to get into the door. We'll take you over here and we'll show you how we install the ramp. It's super simple. This is all about being simple and ergonomic. So we'll take the ramp. I've got 2 screws set up right here. We'll just lay the ramp right there. That gives them a little something to walk up. It looks cool, but do they need it? No, not really. They don't really need it at all. The biggest challenge to the electric fence charger, and we'll pull it over here, is keeping it charged, one, and grounding it well. That's why we're so close to our metal fence right here. So we're actually gonna ground it to our metal fence. If we weren't grounding it to our metal fence, we could use one of the spikes that's stuck in the ground as a ground rod, or we could drive a ground rod. You don't want ground rods all over your farm, so you've got to figure out a better way. If you don't get a good ground, take a bucket of water and drill a tiny hole in it. Set it down beside where your ground rod or whatever it is you decide to ground it with, set it beside there, wet the soil, and you'll get a better ground established. That's just a little pro tip. We are close enough to our cattle fence right here that we can ground it, and we're gonna reach right up here and connect to our poultry netting. It's just that simple. I'm gonna start it up, get the solar panel lined up, due south or straight up and down. Okay, I can hear it popping. It's doing its job. There we go. And now we are ready to have the grand release of our chicks. This is gonna be so fun. Hey boy, how you doing? You my friend? Huh? You hear it popping, don't you? What's that? Buddy has been popped by the electric fence before. He doesn't like it at all. He's over there like, oh, I shouldn't be here, bro. This ain't right, something ain't right. We'll turn this off and let these birds out. What do you think, kids? All right, they're timid, they're free. This is their first time out. Let's see who comes out first. We're gonna have to entice them to come out. They don't want to come out. We're gonna put the chicken feeder out here. Birdies! As you guys can see, they are quite reluctant to come out. None of them have came all the way out onto the grass yet. We're gonna give them a little bit. I'm just gonna walk away and see what they do. And we'll check back on them here in just a few minutes. It's been about 15 minutes now. I think give them about a half hour and they'll be out. We're out, guys. I had to go in the chicken coop and basically open the door and run them out. They did not want to come out here, but as you can see, they're starting to explore a little bit. They're gonna be putting out that good butt fertilizer here on the yard, and once they've got acclimated to going in and out of the coop at night, they will be moved out into the pasture and go right in behind the cows and be scratching through the cow poopy. Hopefully this is a test run to make sure that we don't get attacked by foxes, and I'm very much hoping that we don't get attacked from above. So we'll keep you guys posted. The chickens look great, everything's awesome. Take care, this has just been a wonderful day. They're freaked out. They have no idea what to do or how to behave on grass. As you can see, they're like, huh? What's going on here? And they've never been out in direct sunlight. So they've got to acclimate a little bit. That's chickens, that's the mobile coop or the egg mobile, and this is the setup right here for moving around the farm. It's a little bit labor intensive, but such a rewarding experience to have chickens like this. Take care, guys. Hit that like button. Again, these are American breast chickens from the recreational homestead. I'll post a link down the video description. They're a multi-purpose bird, so they're egg layer and a meat bird. Cool. See you guys next time on the Stoney Ridge Farm. Hit that like button. Hope to have you back. Woo! Don't hit them with a hammer. The airplane is low. Very low. Does not sound good. Like a band of chickens, we go down the highway. Where's Buddy? You hear it popping, don't you? Buddy has been popped by the electric fence before. He doesn't like it at all. He's over there like, oh, what's the matter with your chicken? Why can't it walk? It's got a big ass. See you guys next time. Big ass.